Hi, Martin here. Today we're going to be installing a Mishimoto 2-row all aluminum radiator. This will be for the 89 through 01 Jeep Cherokee XJs. I got the radiator right here in the box. Now these Mishimoto radiators, they are 100% guaranteed lifetime warranty on them. This is an Australian company, but they have a manufacturer right here in I believe it's Delaware. Right away you got to be impressed just with the box alone and the packaging. Definitely more box than you need. Let's get started. Alright, we'll start by draining the cooling system. Go ahead and remove the radiator cap because this will help drain much faster that way. Alright, up underneath the vehicle right here. This is on the right side. And you can see the drain. Where is it? Right. Oh, there it is. Go ahead and loosen that up and start draining. There we go. Now while the radiator is draining, go ahead and loosen up all the hardware that's attached to this radiator support. And it's a combination of Torx T30 and 10 millimeter. Now I'm replacing this radiator because it's been leaking for quite some time. This is the third champion I've had in here, and you know, 3 strikes and you're out. I've given them enough opportunity here to make it right, and I'm done with them. We're looking at temperatures out here in southern Nevada of over 100 degrees. And it is hot out here today. Now I'm running a Taurus electric fan, so this installation is going to be a little different for me than it is you, for most likely. Unless you're running a Taurus fan, which I've been really happy with. Been running this thing for, gosh, it's got to be 7 years now, if not more. I'll have had the Jeep now for 10 years come this fall. Now over here in this corner here, I got a 1-quart power steering filter. Because I'm running the hydro assist on it, and I also have another cooler inside here. I just wanted a large capacity and also keep that power steering system clean. So I'm running about, it's around 4.5 quarts of power steering fluid. Now there's a bolt down here on the side too that you got to get. One on each end, of course. I've changed this radiator out so many times. I mean, it's been years. I've been dealing with this one leaking for years now, and you know, I've had enough. It's definitely time to get a new one in here. And there are a lot of bolts that hold just this upper support in. Okay, I got to get I believe it's an 8 millimeter. Take out these 2 top bolts here for the electric fan. Disconnect the hose that goes to your reservoir tank. Alright, right here you got the connector for the fan. I'm going to want to push that tab through and then push this and pull. Now you should be able to remove the fan, I hope. Alright, got that. Alright, we need to get that one bolt out there. My battery is kind of in the way. I'm going to loosen up the battery and shove it over a little bit to give me the room. And I'll need to probably just loosen that up and move that out of the way as well. By the way, this is for my electric fan I got right here for the Taurus fan. This is the thermostat. There we go. I think that'll give me enough room to get in there. Okay, I got just a couple bolts to remove for that secure the fan in place, and I got one down below that attaches the fan to the side of the unibody. And then I'll be able to hopefully pull this fan right out of here, and then we can get this support out of the way. All right, you see that tab right there? That I don't actually have to remove that bolt. You're going to see what I mean when I pull this fan shroud out of here. Piece of angle is just holding the fan shroud up against the radiator, so it just slides into place. Alright, we're getting there. Real close, so yeah. I also removed this one bolt right here. It's for the hood latch. That makes see, easier to take this piece out. Okay. Alright, should be ready to pull this out of here. This is a very tight fit. Go. All right, got it. Okay, at this point, go ahead and disconnect both the upper and lower radiator hose and your transmission lines if you're using those. I personally am not. I am just using an aftermarket transmission cooler that I have mounted down here below. All right, at this point, we're ready to pull this radiator out of here. Okay. I just want to give you a shot at what this looks like down here with the radiator removed. This is actually my transmission filter right here. It is basically the same filter right there as well as my oil filter. So I got 3 of the B2 Baldwin filters in here. Same as a Motorcraft FL 1A. I'm running the 4-bolt steering gearbox. This is my power steering cooler right here. I'm running a bypass, so a percentage of it gets filtered, because there are 2 return lines on this power steering pump. This is the power steering pump off the WJ. Alright, with that radiator out, I just wanted to show you why I'm changing it out. If you look here, you can see how it's wet right there, core, and that's where they leak. Can't fault them on the TIG welds. Their TIG welds look great. I mean, everywhere you look, I mean, those are nice TIG welds. This one here, and it was leaking here on the other side, right there. We'll flip it over, and right up here at the top, right there. And there you can definitely see it as well, how everything's sticking to it. And this is where they leak, is right in there. And every one of these Champions has done this to me, all within like 9 months after installing them. Here are the two radiators side by side. Obviously this one being the Champion, we got the Mishimoto right here. Now this is a 4-row and a 2-row. You got half an inch thicker here on this Champion radiator. Mishimoto designed their radiator exactly the way I would have done it, with 2 rows that are very wide. Each row, you know, probably being almost twice as wide as 2 of these. And all you end up with is more spaces in between each row here with the Champion. But I think this is the way you get the best cooling right here. And then the way they construct their radiators, I can guarantee you is far superior than what we got here. Side by side here on this tank here, they are almost identical. They both got really good welds. Mishimoto uses a smaller cap. They bring back the cap a little further. They extend the neck, and that way you don't interfere with the radiator support. Where on the Champion, I had to cut a small portion of the radiator support right up in this area right here, because this was interfering as you turn the cap. It wouldn't clear. Now on the tank, you're going to notice that the Mishimoto does have a larger tank on this side compared to the Champion. I don't think that's a big deal really one way or the other. I mean, I think it's all about the core. Yeah. Here's again, this is the Champion Mishimoto right here, and you can see the difference where the Mishimoto is a little bit thinner by ½ an inch. Now I'm running the Taurus electric fan, and previously I made a mod to the radiator where this mounting points for the electric fan and then the fan shroud of the mechanical, this got in the way because it goes straight across here, so I had to cut it and bend it down, and then I literally cut the other one completely off. Now on the Mishimoto, they got a space, they got 2 separate mounting points. You know, it's not one going all the way across, as you can see right there. And then they have the other one, just like the Champion one does. Or this is very much like the factory radiators. So what I'm going to try to do is, I don't really want to cut those off, because technically that probably voids the warranty on the radiator. So I'm pretty sure I can get, because of this gap here, I can get the Taurus fan to go in here. Alright, we got these like rubberized mounting points. This secures the radiator to the top radiator support. You'll need to transfer these to the new radiator. When you install this, make sure that the tabs on the AC condenser are going through those pins on the bottom of the radiator. And then you line up those with the grommets that are here in the that frame going across here. There it goes. Yeah, once you get everything lined up, it'll drop right in. I believe I want to get my Taurus fan in here next, and then we'll bring in that across the radiator support here. So this way I can still move the radiator and get that Taurus fan in here a lot easier. I just had to make sure I got behind that little piece of angle iron I got mounted on the frame down there. I think I'm there. I'm going to go ahead and get these rubber pieces put on here for the upper radiator support. Now they supply these little brackets. These are for your AC condenser support. Now, I didn't have, or they don't supply the hardware that goes to this post, but I did happen to have some. These are identical nuts that you find right here on this, for this mount right here. Alright, we're ready to put the radiator support back in. Alright, with that in place, I'm going to go ahead and start returning some of the hardware. Another thing that would have been a great idea is go ahead and hook up the radiator hoses before you put this support in. Just easier to hook up that way. Make sure you get all the hardware started before you tighten anything down. It is hot. Probably about 105, 106 out right now. Probably a little warmer in here. Now, before mounting the fan back in place here, anyway, with the Taurus fan, make sure you get this piece put back in here. There we go. Tighten up these back nuts first before tightening these Torx screws down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the radiator hoses secured on here, and we'll just need to get the electric fan put back in over on this side. And the clips on the bottom side of the fan go into those two slots that you see down there. There. Got to give it a little bit of a push and it'll pop right in. Return the two bolts, 8mm socket. And don't forget to plug it in. Okay, we're ready to refill. See, I got one of these Lyle's spill-free funnels. If you never used one of these, they actually come in quite handy. Really good, you know, for keeping the mess to a very minimum, pretty much none. Comes with a bunch of attachments. And what's nice, what I like about it, you're going to get all the air out of the system, which is really important, especially, let's say, on the 4.7 liter Chrysler engine. It's known for dropping valve seats, and you know, my theory is it's the not getting the air out of the system, and that's because of the hardened metal valve seats and the aluminum head and the two metals, and there's expansion and contraction, and you got all that air in there, and you got hot spots, and then it gets hit with fluid, you know, with the coolant, and it cools it off real quickly, so there's constant contraction and expansion all the time. Not a good thing. Now, it comes with a bunch of attachments. Now, none of these worked on my radiator here. Not a big deal because the funnel fit perfectly inside the fill neck. It just squeezed right in there, just like it was meant to be. So we're going to do it that way. I made sure the drain plug was shut. That was 100% concentrated. It wasn't diluted or anything. Now we're going to dilute it. Distilled water only. I was assuming we're going to get 2 gallons in here. We'll see if I'm right or not. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up, and we'll work some of the air out of here. Once you're satisfied that you got all the air out, it comes with this plug right here. You just put that right in there, and now you're able to pull the funnel off and not spill the drop. Now the thing is, the heater hoses are higher than this. So imagine when I pull this off of here, I'm going to lose some fluid, but I still got everything that's captured here in the funnel. Oh yeah. Actually, it was just a tiny bit. All right, now take this, what we got left over here, transfer it over to our reservoir. Hold the plug. There you go. Okay, with all the air worked out of the system, I'm gonna go take it for a drive and see how this Mishimoto radiator performs. It did real well. It is 106 degrees out right now. I'm running a 196 thermostat, so it got up to 210 was the highest that I ever saw it. So it did real well. That's perfect. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me the thumbs up. That helps out the channel immensely. And if you've never subscribed to me before, please hit that subscribe button right down there and a little bell symbol right next to it. That way you get notifications of my next and upcoming videos. And I want to give a big shout out to Joan Schmucker. She gave me $500 donation. Wow, I sure appreciate that, and that helps, you know, purchase all the stuff that I put into these Jeeps and put these videos out for you. I sure appreciate that, Joan. Thank you. And if you'd like to help out the channel, in the banner of my home page, you'll find a donation button there, and you'll also find one down in the description right here, where you'll also find Amazon links, and you can do all your Amazon shopping through that link, and then the channel earns a small commission. I sure appreciate that. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you on the next one.